Hello class, today is our 11th meeting for English for Marketing. Since the earlier of this semester, we have been learning so many things about marketing and also some terms that specialize for the marketing itself. And today our topic is not far from the marketing. What is the topic about? The topic is about marketing environment. Do you know what is this? These are some subjects. I could write down more, but I just want this as to represent all of us in the world. So it can be anyone in the world, it can be also people surround you. If you see here, 8 people until anyone, all of them can be us. It can be your friends, it can be your family, it can be someone that you do not know, but you still need their help. This. Look at the line that I made. All of them seems to be the line connect us to another one, and all of these become connected one another. So all of this we call it as environment. So what is environment actually? The environment constitutes the opportunity as well as the threats, and our success depends on how we interact with the environment. Well, the environment over here is also quite different with what you have been learning before, like in science. But here, because we learn about marketing, of course, the environment has the different meaning. So here we talk about the opportunity and the threat that we might have when we start to run our business. Here, they can be our enemy, they can be our competitors, they also can be our friends, they can be our suppliers or distributors or any who can help us, who can also fail us. So that is the fact or the world of the business. We have to be so careful. However, our success depends on that. If we can interact with them with a good way, we can maintain the relationship, we can be success. Now, just now we have learned or we have known about the definition of environment due to or related with the marketing. Now we have the marketing environment. Actually, what is marketing environment then? Marketing environment consists of the actors and the forces that affect marketing management ability to build and maintain successful relationships with the target customers. So we all need the the marketing environment consists of the actors and the forces that become the effect to build the successful relationship to or with our target customers. Now, environment itself is divided into two big categories. The first one is micro environment, and then the second one is macro environment. Each environment is also subdivided again into some small categories, which later we are going to discuss one by one. So let's talk one by one. Let's start. The first one is about micro environment. We have the company, we have the suppliers, marketing intermediaries, customers, competitors, and publics. But actually, what is micro environment then? Micro environment are any forces that close to the company. So it means that everything that related with the company, we call it the micro environment. That can affect its ability to serve its customers. So all of these elements, all of these factors that the company have inside it, it may affect the ability to serve the customers. And it also includes the company itself. just like what I said before, just like what I mentioned it before. Its suppliers, marketing intermediaries, customer markets, competitors, and publics. So all of them are inside the company itself, or at least it is. If it is outside, it is not so far away from the company. Now, let's discuss one by one from the micro environment. We start from the first one, the company. When we talk about a company, of course, we are talking about the strength and the weaknesses of the company. So the company has to show, or the environment of the company, we will know about the strength and the weaknesses of the company, whether the company is able to struggle or survive, or is just too weak to face the changing of the world or changing of the public. Next one is the suppliers. Well, every company of course need the suppliers to maintain the production, and they can become very important part of your business. They even can contribute, or they even can become the attribute to your competitive advantage. Let's say like this: if you can get your supply faster than another company, you will get one advantage because you can start your production earlier than another company. So there is another strategy. How do you want to get your supply faster than another company? And then losing them, it might also interrupt your production and also your flow, and it also can prevent you from getting your product to your customer also. The next one is marketing intermediaries. The intermediaries here means that like the wholesalers, the one that get your product to the customers, and it also provides an invaluable services in getting your products to the customer, like I mentioned it before. The next one, we have customers. Well, your customers are so vital. It's the important thing. Without the customer, we as the company, we cannot grow up. So we need the growth and also the sustainability of the customers. So in order to grow, you must locate the customers. You need to understand their needs, and then you need to satisfy those needs both efficiently and profitably. Like I mentioned it from the previous meeting when I talk about the way how you make the product, like the motorcycle right now, the Matic motorcycle, when they try to provide the big compartment for their luggage in their motorcycle. So that is also to fulfill and to satisfy the needs both efficiently and also profitably. The next one, we have the competitors. For the competitors, of course, sometimes we have the competitors that also produce the same product. We are not living only in word. We are living with some other people who also have the same vision, who also have the same aim and purpose, which is to gain more money, or at least to get more advantage. That's why it is not impossible for anyone who might produce the same product like we are. And then of course we call them as the competitors. And then how to overcome it? You need to monitor what the competitors are doing in the external marketing environment today. And also, of course, the most important thing, you need to anticipate what they might likely to respond your campaigns, and also you need to predict maybe what will they do tomorrow or in the future. The next one, we have the publics. Your publics is like the organization which has to satisfy the public. While any actions or any response from the public, it might influence your company. So it can be considered from the angle of the general public and how they are affected. Next one, we have the macro environment. Macro environment itself, it has demographic, economic, natural, technological, political, and cultural. What is macro environment? Macro environment are the forces which shape the trading environment and managers which have to be able to access the changes and determine their relevance to their online business. Taken from Chevy and Ellie Chadwick 2016. So the point is they are all happening outside the company. It is wider, it is bigger than micro environment. Maybe that is why it is called macro, bigger. Now, let's see one by one. Demographic. Demographic talk about the size of the density, the age, the population, the education, and so on. Okay, let me take as an example, like the education. So if you try to market something, your marketing, the environment of that area is just like the person or the people or the residents who are living there are having the good education. They might have the better knowledge, and also they might have the better taste in having the fashion. Maybe some of them also wearing like tie or maybe suit to go to work. So if you sell something like that, it might get useful for them and you might get success. However, if you try to sell your tie or your suit to like a developing country, which most of them do not wear tie, yeah, it's just a small possibility, small chance for you to get success. The next one we have economic. The economy of the country also affect. Well, like how do they behave? People will of course purchase the items if they have the more extra income, and if there's recession, of course, it will affect more than. For the natural usually comes from the situation or the condition of the natural the cover in that area. For example, Indonesia is a very hot place. We have the hot climate for the whole year. So you can imagine that if you become the seller and you want to sell this is heater. I believe that you will not get success. If you sell this one in a country that has four seasons like Japan or maybe like America, United States of America, you will get success because they get their four seasons and they do not have the hot climate for the whole year. Compared to us, we are the country that has the hot climate for the whole year, so we do not need this heater. What do we need is air conditioner. Now for the next, we have technological. The company also need to do a very thorough research to see whether whether the place, whether the region really need the technology or not. Let's take one for example, computer or PC, personal computer or laptop, what we call right now. Okay, um, there was a condition like this. In 1985, in Pontianak, there was a computer shop was firstly opened over here. However, not until a year, the computer shop was closed. Why it was closed? Because the Pontianak citizens at the time, they did not realize or they were not aware enough of the use of the computer. Until 1 year again, there was another computer shop opened it, and this computer shop were, yeah, maybe we can say that it gained the success. So they try to see the opportunity from the work or from the job. Next one we have the political. An organization conducts an observation, of course, to see the situation whether the nation will not become the barrier to implement the marketing. Some of the country they have like the issue that like yeah maybe like the trade issue or some issue that it is quite sensitive. So the marketing have to very careful to find out about this one, because of course they want to gain the success. They have also tried to need to consider about this kind of thing. Last one, we have the cultural. The culture over here, it means that the company need to examine, need to do the research whether what kind of the culture that is running in the place that we are doing the marketing. For example, this durian. Well, in Indonesia, durian is considered to be one of the very delicious fruit. For me, not. I do not like to eat durian. I do not hate the smell, but I just do not really like it. But some people, as you know, that they really love durian so much. Some of the Asian countries even have this kind of durian with many kinds or with many types of durians. However, if you try to pay attention, some of hotels and they are in Indonesia, they have the picture said that durians are not allowed. Durians are forbidden because maybe they durians have the very strong scent, strong smell for those people who are from the Western countries. They do not really stand with the smell of durian. It is kind of like smelly for them. Or like another one like yeah like terasi or belacan. I think you know it. This is one of the things on the food that Indonesian people love it so much, but not me. I also do not like it. Well, um, I'm not sure whether you can gain the success if you sell this kind of thing when you are going to the Western countries. So when you sell that to the Western people, they might think that this one is not really suitable with their culture. Or if you still remember for like Indian countries, when some of the Indian places, the McDonald or McD, they cannot sell the McD with the beef. They have to sell with the chicken. So that is called the culture. Well, that was the end for today's material for the marketing environment. I do really hope that you can get something again from this video. Thank you for your attention and goodbye.